So, when someone breaks into your house, that is, they have to break the lock probably, and then they break into your house and they steal your things, there has been a burglary, and the person is a burglar. A burglar. Typically, the verb you could use is break into a house. You could also use the verb burgle if you want. Up to you. Okay? As we said, it's not there. When there's a robbery, the criminals are robbers, and typically they rob, for example, a bank. Okay? We said the crime is. Oh, sorry, you can't see it. The crime is mugging. So the criminal is a mugger, double G, you have to mugger, and the action is to mug. So you can say, last week an old man was mugged very near here. He was mugged, or she was mugged. Okay, exactly. The crime is arson, the person is an arsonist. And for the verb, there's nothing similar. You have to say that the arsonist set fire to the building, he set fire to the factory, he set fire to the forest. But there's no verb as such. Yeah, if there has been vandalism, what do you call the criminals? Vandals. And, for example, you could say the bus stop has been vandalized. You want to know if this is a forgery or if it's a real piece of art, for example. If it's a forgery, there has to be a forger, and the verb is to forge. And as we said, you can forge signatures, you can forge pieces of art, things like that. Official documents. Yeah. If you don't have real money, but it has been, photocopied or something like that, if it's fake money, you talk about counterfeit money. So the money has been counterfeited. Okay. For example, if you go to the Canary Islands and you buy lots and lots of cigarettes, because they're much cheaper there, then you bring them back into Spain and you want to sell them at a much higher price, what you're doing is you're smuggling products into a country. Okay? So you can smuggle products, or imagine something which is illegal. So if you bring that illegal product into the country and you hide it inside your clothes or you hide it in your suitcase or something, you're smuggling it, and you are a smuggler. You smuggle products. Yeah. Okay, that's an easy one. The crime is blackmail. The person is a blackmailer, and the verb is to blackmail. So they were blackmailing me, for example. I was being blackmailed. Okay, sorry. Yeah. Okay. Fraud. Yeah. The person who commits fraud is a fraudster, and they are committing fraud. Be careful with the pronunciation. It's a long O sound. Fraud, fraudster, commit fraud. Okay, again, this is very easy. The crime is shoplifting, so you are a shoplifter and you shoplift. Yeah. As we mentioned before, if you are on the tram, on the bus, on the street, and you notice that someone is trying to get your wallet, maybe what you have around is a pickpocket who's trying to pick your pocket. Yeah, and the crime is pickpocketing. In many cities, especially in very big cities, you may see a sign saying, "Beware, pickpockets are active in the area." or pickpockets operate in the area, something like that. Yeah. If you take someone against their will, that's kidnapping. The criminal is a kidnapper, and what you're doing is to kidnap. We mentioned this if you're talking about a plane or, I don't know, other means of transport. The crime is hijacking. You are, well, a kind of terrorist. You're a hijacker, and what you do is to hijack the plane. So sometimes, I don't know, the plane to wherever has been hijacked, for example. And finally, you can choose whether to say that this is drug dealing or drug pushing. The criminal is a drug dealer or a drug pusher. And you say that those criminals push drugs or deal in drugs. So Pablo Escobar, for example, who's a notorious drug dealer, a notorious drug pusher, he was dealing in drugs, or he was pushing drugs, or he made a fortune by pushing drugs, by dealing in drugs. Number one, for rape, that's the crime. The person is a rapist. Yeah, like arson, arsonist. So the criminal is a rapist, and the verb is to rape. Yeah, that's the same. Terrorism. That's very important. Whenever you have words ending in that, ism. Terrorism. Yeah? Okay, so the crime is terrorism. The person is a terrorist. And the verb is to... Yeah. Terrorize. Yeah.